We pick up loose fumbles. We'll pull the ball out. We'll work on matching the hand, tipping the passes, and just more attention to it. I think the coaches have literally just brought more attention to it, and obviously if the coach says it every day, we're more likely just to have it on our mind. So I'd say that was really just the biggest difference.
Is that something was that the first time you've done it at Iowa? Like that type of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a new thing that we started before practice. I think usually sometimes you do like your own pre-practice where you just like go with your position coach and do little movements and stuff. But now we all as a defense go through the same drill.
Jay, did you know that was Nick Jackson's first interception in
I
his
did
career?
not
Like
know
not
that.
even high school. It was Pee Wee football. He says his last interception.
Why would he share that? Just being from the ACC, you'd think that he'd be around the ball from the pass game, but yeah, I don't know. That is crazy. A guy who's about to, he's got 50 more to break the tackling record. He's got his first career interception. And at least he was like one of those. It's not like they threw it to his chest. Like I got some easy ones this year. That one was a hard one.
I'll say, have you ever seen a pick like that? Because I didn't realize it at first. Till I saw the replay. The ball literally bounced off Brian Allen's face.
Yeah. I think did BA get a deflection for that? Does that show up in the second?
I don't think it did, but I did look for it. He should, right?
It should. Off the face mask. Maybe if maybe BA act like he did it on purpose, they would have given him a
Stuck
snap.
it out instead of grab his face mask after. Do you think he was taking it back all the way?
I thought he was, and then the receiver, guys, that receiver was moving. That was a fast guy, right? I think he was beating the quarterback, he was beating the tackle, and then the receiver came over and make the play. If this receiver wasn't there, he would have scored.
You said you thought he was gone too.
Yeah.
He didn't want to go past that because he seemed pretty upset about it.
He, people, when you make plays around here, people are pretty hard on you. So everybody was telling him that he got hawked down, and I was like, it was a receiver, So.
Do you have any thoughts on playing in the Rose Bowl?
It's pretty cool. Not a lot of people could say they played out there. Like I said earlier, it's a little different because it's not like a bowl game or anything. Yeah. It's not like we have extra time. The only real time we have is walking in there, playing and getting out. So I'm sure we'll appreciate it a little bit more after the game. I'm sure my parents will have a lot of pictures and things that I didn't see while I was getting ready for the game. But yeah, I'm sure it's going to be a cool environment to see all the history and stuff like that.
Has Kirk talked about, because he's coached in the Rose Bowl and it's completely different. You're not there for a week or 10 days or whatever. You're there for 28 hours or something like that.
Yeah. He hasn't talked about it much. I think last time they played was McCaffrey. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so hopefully McCaffrey's not out there or MVP of the NFL out there playing for UCLA this week. But that'd be great. But yeah, I'm sure it'd be a cool environment, just warm weather. It's just different. You're playing November and it'd be 60, 70 out there. It's just different. Big Ten football.
Aren't there any big challenges that come along with playing your 3 final games on 3 different time zones, 2 different coasts? Just having to do so much traveling and just so many kind of different elements, different factors coming in these last 3 games.
I'm sure that all the excuses are out there. You know what I mean? So hopefully we're mature enough to stay away from those. And like Dunker said, they're playing out there too, and they're traveling too. I think how many more night games do we have for the last 3 night games?
2 more.
And we don't know about Maryland yet.
Probably night game. But yeah, I kind of like the later games. It gives you that whole day to watch more film, chill in the hotel. But there's challenges in the schedule. If you look at UCLA's schedule in the first half of the year, I'm sure they could, back themselves up with a lot of excuses of who they had to play. But yeah, you just got to handle it. You got to go in there to win a game, and I feel like if you're focused on that, maybe after the season we can talk about how crazy the travel was.
Are you starting to kind of digest that? Hey, this is my last month.
I was digesting that after the Tennessee Bowl game. Oh shoot, this is my last year for real this time. It's just you try to enjoy the moments. just trying to enjoy every moment with your teammates. You know, I don't think I have any eligibility left, but you know, you just when you're playing in Kinnick and you kind of walk off the field, you understand like those days are limited, and the opportunities like that just they don't come around again. So I think for like doing Kids Day, I was like, oh shoot, like this is my last Kids Day.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of just like take it and appreciate all the little moments. So yeah, definitely on my mind.
So is your dad going to show fireworks for senior night? Or?
Oh, he needs to. I just hope he doesn't wear the gator boots again in the middle of Kinnick. Probably something that matches the colors, Stay black and yellow, not green gator boots.
What do you want your legacy to be at Iowa?
Like he reminded you of Abdul Hodge. Nah, I'm just playing. I mess with Coach Hodge a lot. I would say he stuck it out. He was his own person. He learned from Coach Wallace, from the guys who came before him, and he just a hardworking kid. I don't know. He was a good linebacker. I'll take that.
You were saying messing with Coach Hodge. How do you do that?
So when we stretch, I always shake hands with the tight ends, like we cross each other. So Coach Hodge is standing by the linebackers, waiting for the tight ends. And he's still kind of vocal, like he's still playing. You can tell he's a little bit more professional, and he's understaffed. So I'm sure it's not the real Hodge that was, playing Mike linebacker. But yeah, I just always talk to him, tell him something about the tight ends being soft or something like that. That really gets him. If he could have the tight ends play like linebackers, he would. So anytime I can tell him that, I don't know if it's like you would have hit me like that, that really gets under his skin.
You're gonna meet up with Braun in LA?
I hope so. Meet Braun and Bronny. But they need another point guard.
Jay, I was talking with X a little bit ago. I know he had kind of a rough start to the season. I guess what have you seen from him throughout the season and that bounce back? And I know he kind of had a career game a couple weeks ago with career high in tackles. So I guess as the leader of the defense, what have you seen from him?
Yeah, it's these seasons are long. Like you gotta show up every week, and I don't think, especially when you're a young guy, like you don't really understand like what it means to show up every week. And it like that works with you in a good way or a bad way. Good way, if you have a bad week, you can always respond the following weeks. The harder way is when you're playing good ball, you got to keep doing that for 12, 13 weeks, and that's like the hardest part. But I just think he continues to show up. That's what you got to do throughout this long season. You got to keep showing up. You got to keep being competitive. You can't let him take your stinger away. I think he's continued to be himself. He's continued to go out there and play aggressive. Like you got to play aggressive. Can't play on the defensive side. These offensive coordinators are getting good. Like they know what coverage we're going to be in. They know what we're doing. So when you got to guard against some of that stuff and continue to show up and obviously play in a position where there's nobody behind him, where he doesn't get to mess up. That's a hard position. I think he's done a really good job just turning the season around.
Do the coaches encourage you guys to go out and vote?
Oh, definitely.